What is up, Pats Nation? It is Patriots Global here with another video. And before we get into things, I know I've been gone for a very long time. The past just about a week, I have been very busy, so I've not been able to make scripts or record anything. But now that I am getting more downtime again, you can expect a lot more content. I've had a lot of video ideas I've been writing down. So now it's just a matter of making these scripts and making the videos for you guys. So let's hop into today's video. So Eric Decker wants to be a New England Patriot. Decker comes out in an interview saying that he thinks he would be a good fit in New England. Decker was drafted in 2010 in the 3rd round by the Denver Broncos, back when Josh McDaniels was the Broncos head coach. Now, Decker kind of was trying to take advantage of this and was saying that he would like to reunite with McDaniels. After playing with the Broncos, Eric Decker went to the Jets and then spent this past season with the Tennessee Titans, playing all 16 games and recording 83 targets with 54 receptions, 563 yards, and 1 touchdown. In 2016, he only played 3 games due to a shoulder injury, and he had 21 targets with 9 receptions for 194 yards and 2 touchdowns. Decker has had 3 seasons with 1,000 plus yards. The last season he did so, though, was 2015. Now, Decker is still a free agent today, but not much teams have called him, so he is still a free agent. He's 31 and he's 6'3", so he brings a veteran feel to whatever team he joins, along with decent height. Nothing crazy, but he isn't a small guy, that's for sure. Usually wide receiver does have a market because of the amount of receivers each team needs, along with injuries, but Decker just has not found a home. We actually are seeing this same thing with safeties around the leagues. There are a lot of very good safeties that are still on the market, but teams are not grabbing them. One, maybe they just don't need that at that position. But two, the big reason is that the NFL is getting way more young based, and we have said that with the Patriots. Many people want the Patriots to get younger, and that is what is happening throughout the NFL. Is that you reach a certain point where you become a veteran and teams are like, you're a little slower, you're kind of going to go down from here, I don't want you. And I don't necessarily agree with that. If you can still play at a high level and make plays, then why would a team not want you? I mean, usually when players like Eric Decker are on the market, they get grabbed, and I mean they get a very decent market, and by now, if it was in the past, Decker would have been grabbed. Now, I'm sure Decker will play at some point this season. I mean, keep in mind, training camp, players are already getting injured, so I definitely would not count out Decker playing this season. The question, though, is what team is he going to play with, and when is it going to happen? With the Pats letting Dolo walk in free agency and Edelman being suspended for games, the thought is that the Pats should bring in Decker to fill the void of a veteran absence. So the question is, will the Pats sign Decker? I'm sorry for anyone getting their hopes up, but more likely than not, the answer is going to be no. The Pats are stacked at the position, and honestly, if the Pats were not stacked at wide receiver, and if they needed even a little bit of help, I would say that the Pats would grab him. Belichick loves his receivers, Belichick loves his veterans. I would say that the Pats would grab him, but because they are just so stacked at that position, it just doesn't make much sense. And why would they want to bring in a veteran who's been kind of on the downside of his career so late in the process of the year? Decker also revealed that the Pats reached out to him last offseason and free agency, and he would be interested if they called him again. Even though Edelman is more likely than not suspended for games, and even though the Pats did lose that veteran option at wide receiver, I just do not see them signing Decker when they just have so many players like Jordan Matthews, Chris Hogan, Braxton Berrios. Then you could have players like Cordero Patterson. Not to mention, Brady uses his running backs so much, especially in the pass game. There's just no point in using the money we have to sign a wide receiver, even just for 4 games. Now, if something happens and we do need a wide receiver, we do need a veteran wide receiver, that's a different story. But as of now, and as of how things are looking with the Pats, I don't see why they would need to go get another wide receiver. The Pats still have some questions, especially on defense. A lot of people are still concerned about linebacker, so maybe they should use that money to go and get more help at a position that they need. And like I've mentioned several times in this video, wide receiver is something that the Pats do not need. But what do you guys think? I thought this was a very interesting thing to hear. So I want to know what you guys think. Do you think that the Pats should bring in Decker for a tryout to see how he does? Do you think that Pat should sign Eric Decker? Do you think it would just be a dope signing? Or do you think it's a waste of money and time, and more importantly, a roster spot? Let me know in the comments below, guys. I'd love to hear your thoughts, like I always say. My GoFundMe is also in the description below. I know I've mentioned it a little bit before, but a lot of people don't know it's down there. So my GoFundMe is in the description below. You can donate whatever you want. You don't have to at all whatsoever, but it is there if you want to support me and the channel. That's it for today's video, though. Take care, Pats Nation.